Hello and welcome to TTVNEWS broadcast on TayNinhTV newspaper and radio television with some latest events in TayNinhTV province. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of July 24, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, head of the National Civil Defense Steering Committee, chaired the first meeting on disaster prevention and search and rescue efforts in 2025. Vice Chairman of TayNinhTV Provincial Youth Committee Nguyễn Minh Lâm attended the meeting from TayNinhTV.
In 2024, Vietnam experienced extreme and devastating natural disaster nationwide, resulting in 519 deaths and over 2,200 missing persons. And economic losses estimated over 91.6 trillion Vietnam dong. And from the early 2025 to date, the several serious disasters have occurred, leaving 414 deaths or missing, and causing an estimated at 553 billion Vietnam dong in damages. Forecast for the remainder of 2025 predict for 8 to 11 storms and tropical depressions in the East, with 3 or 5 making landfall, and urban flooding due to the heavy rainfall and risk of flash floods and landslides in mountainous regions remain high. And to address the complex disaster situation, the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính emphasized a comprehensive strategy based on the 3 must: prevent early and remotely, respond calmly, timely, and effectively, and recover with the collective nationwide efforts. The people-centered approaches and local-level readiness are the key with disaster risk management integrated into the social-economic planning, and the 4 on the spot principle actively promoted. The Prime Minister also stressed the need to strengthen the civil defense system nationwide with a clear delegation of the responsibility following the clear principle: clear person, task, timeline, responsibility, authority, and outcomes.
On the afternoon of July 23rd, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and head of the National Assembly delegation of TayNinhTV Province Phạm Hồng Thái visited and worked in Bình Hiệp Border Camille. Ms. Lê Thị Song An, Deputy Head of the Specialized Delegation, also attended. Bình Hiệp Camille was established through the merger of our former camils of Bình Hiệp, Bình Tân, Thanh Trì, and Bình Hòa Tây. It has over 30 kilometers of border with neighboring province Cambodia and is home to the Bình Hiệp International Border Gate and 2 border gas stations. Following the merger, the local party committee and People's Committee were consolidated and have been operating effectively. The Camils Party organization now consists of 31 branches with a total of 624 members. Subcommittees have been formed and preparations for documents and facilities for the upcoming party congress are underway. However, the Camille is facing challenges related to infrastructure and data management and has requested provincial support for operating its headquarters. The Deputy Secretary acknowledged the Camille's efforts in organizational stabilization are urgent to finalize its documents, set realistic targets, and prepare thoroughly for the upcoming party congress.
And on the morning of July 24, the Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, led the delegation to Khánh Hậu to review its operations and preparations for the first party conference of 2025 to 2030 term. After administrative restructuring, the world's government has stabilized and saw initial progress. The party committee is actively drafting the conference documents and seeking feedback on the second version of the critical report. And the Vice Chairman praised the world's initiative and urged continuing efforts in refining organizational structure, clearly assigning the responsibilities and ensuring thorough conference preparation. He also emphasized the internal unity, updated working regulations application of IT, and better coordination with the departments. Earlier, the delegation visited the World's Public Administration Service Center, which is now operating smoothly with a well-organized, responsible team serving the residents and business effectively.
As part of ongoing party congress preparations, Vice Chairman of TayNinhTV Provincial People's Committee Đoàn Trung Kiên attended a meeting in Cần Đơ, Camille to review draft documents for its upcoming first party congress 2025-2030. Deputy Head of the Provincial Party Committee's Organization Commission, Bùi Quốc Bảo, also attended the meeting. Camille Party Secretary Nguyễn Tuấn Thành presented the preparation work, including infrastructure, personnel, and the RAP's political report. Delegates noted the report outlined key achievements and appropriate future directions. Vice Chairman Đoàn Trung Kiên commended the effort and urged the Camille to further streamline the report and clearly reflect local development goals. He also visited and gave gifts to policy beneficiary families on the occasion of World Invalid's and Martyrs Day, July 27. Ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of when drinking water, remember its source, authorities at all levels in Tây Ninh province have actively supported the construction and repair of residential homes, charity houses, and solidarity houses for policy beneficiaries who are veterans and low-income households. These homes have turned the dream of settling down for a better life into reality.
Mr. Đinh Sĩ Hải, a war veteran who served nearly a decade in Cambodia, now lives in TayNinhTV, Tayninh province. Recognized as a third-class wounded soldier, he receives a monthly allowance, and recently his home was termite-ridden and leaking was repaired with the state support. Before the repairs, the roof were badly damaged and leaked whenever it went, and since receiving the help to fix us, we no longer worry during the rainy season, and we feel safe and secure in our hometown. More than 3 years have passed since the veteran lived in one of Hưng Điền commune received his residential house, and yet he still vividly remembers the joy of moving into the solid, modern with 100 square meter house, and the house valuable at over 20 million Vietnam dong was partially funded with 60 million Vietnam dong from military support. Our family was struggling and had no means to build a proper house, and thanks to the support from the commune's military command and the Windsor military command in May of 2022, we now have a stable house and feel very grateful. Hưng Điền commune was mobilized with the entire political and social system to join hands in building and repairing houses for the policy beneficiaries, aiming to improve their quality of life. We are committed to caring for families with meritorious service, and our goal is to mobilize more sponsors, prioritize repairing deteriorated homes, and ensure these families have a stable and happy life, and contributing to the local economy and society. And these housing efforts are leaving a statement to the part in the state of gratitude and commitment to honoring those who have served the nation. And this house is not only a place for the shelter, but also a foundation for policy families to build a better futures. Turn to other notable news. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of July 24, Vice Chairman of the Provincial Peace Committee Phạm Tấn Hòa chaired a working session with BSF Vietnam to discuss the MCU solution, a flexible, secure, and efficient video conferencing system, especially relevant in the context of administrative unit consolidation. At the meeting, BSF Vietnam presented details about the MCU solution, including security certifications, operating environment, software-based architecture, and AI technology integration. Provincial departments also raise current challenges with technology equipment at Camille and world levels, such as unsynchronized connection devices and lack of technical personnel. They propose leveraging existing local equipment to reduce costs. In conclusion, Vice Chairman Phạm Tấn Hòa emphasized the importance of investing in video conferencing systems for organizing meetings and directives from central to provincial and grassroots levels. He requested the Department of Science and Technology to actively collaborate with BSF Vietnam in thoroughly researching and proposing comprehensive solutions. This should maximize the use of existing network infrastructure, software, and compatible systems. Special attention must be given to training local technical staff on system usage to ensure smooth and effective operation after deployment. And on the afternoon of July 24, at the Hai Sơn Industrial Park Operation Center of the Khoi Commune, the Business Association of Long An and Tây Ninh provinces held a joint executive meeting, officially merging into Tây Ninh Provincial Business Association, the fourth term of 2024 and 2029. Mr. Võ Quốc Thắng, chairman of the Mekong Delta Business Association Council, attended the event. The merged association aims to unify the efforts in representing the local business community, protect the members' rights, and support efficient business operations. The focus is on suitable development, legal protection, and fostering a cooperative business environment. The new executive committee consists of 102 members, including 27 in the standing committee, and Mr. Trần Văn Hải, chairman of Hải Sơn Industrial Park, was elected as the president of the TayNinhTV Business Association for the term of 2004 to 2009.
The organized to celebrate the 96th anniversary of the Vietnam Trade Union July 28 until morning of July 24 in Mỹ Hạnh Commune Tây Provincial Labour Confederation, cooperated with the Grassroots Union of Chutes International Long An Company Limited to hold a trade union meal for 15,800 union members and workers of the company. Today's meal at Chutes International was special, with a portion value at 72,000 Vietnam dong per person, larger, more varied, nutritious, and hygienic, bringing joy and motivation to workers. The trade union meal today was delicious with plenty of food. I would like to express my thankfulness to the trade union and company for giving us such a nice meal. I hope there will be more meals like this. When the company learned that the Labour Confederation would collaborate to organize a trade union meal for the workers, the management team was very excited, as this was also an opportunity for them to share and provide more care for the factory workers. The trade union meal reflects its role in improving workers' material and spiritual life, aiming to build long-term welfare programs. It also shows attention from party committees, authorities, employers, and unions to improving meal quality and worker health. Today is the first time the Provincial Labour Confederation has chosen this location to hold a trade union meal. In response to the Trade Union Meal Day, the Confederation has selected 8 locations and instructed on affiliated grassroots unions to organize meals for workers and employees wherever conditions allow and in coordination with businesses. On this occasion, the Labour Confederation also gave 40 gifts worth 1 million Vietnam dong each to workers in difficult circumstances, birthday gifts to union members, and welcomed 21 new union members of the company.
According to statistics, by the end of June of 2025, the unit processed custom procedures for 37 businesses, including 1 export company and 36 import companies. The total export turnover reached over $154,000, and mainly in electricity. On the import side, turnover is stated for $378 million, focusing on agricultural products such as raw cashew nuts, fresh cassava, natural rubber tactics, along with some equipment, timber, and production materials. Alongside facilitating businesses, the Customs team strictly carried out inspection and supervision tasks with over 56,500 transport vehicles crossing the border in the past 6 months. The units ensure the time management of warehouses, yards, and goods gathering points in accordance with the regulations.
As part of the tourism cooperation program between Tây Ninh province and other provinces in the southwest for 2023-2027, recently Cycle Travel Company Limited organized trips bringing nearly 1,000 tourists from Ho Chi Minh City to Tây Ninh. The itinerary included visits to popular tourist attractions in Tây Ninh, such as Ba Đen National Tourism Area and Gò Kén Pagoda. Statistics show that in the first 6 months of the year, Cycle Travel brought approximately 100,000 tourists to Tây Ninh. Currently, Cycle Travel operates buses from Ho Chi Minh City to various Tây Ninh destinations every 30 minutes, with vehicles ranging from 7, 9, 18 to 40 faces, making it easier for tourists to reach Tây Ninh. The Secretary General of the Cuban National Assembly of People's Power, Omiro Acosta Alvarez, highly appreciated the cooperative relationship with the Vietnamese National Assembly, describing it as a unique inter-parliamentary relationship in the world. He affirmed that this valuable support would contribute to improving the operational quality of Cuba's legislative body. For his part, Vietnamese Ambassador to Cuba Lê Quang Long expressed that the support from Vietnam's National Assembly to Cuba's National Assembly of People's Power not only carries material and technical significance, but also serves as a vivid symbol of the strong, loyal, and enduring friendship between the two legislative bodies and the special Vietnam-Cuba relationship. Dear audience, in the solemn atmosphere of July, the month of remembrance for fallen heroes, besides many visits to centralized war cemeteries, the youth of TayNinhTV have shown gratitude through meaningful actions, honoring martyrs buried in their hometowns. These sites often lack large memorial stones and formal ceremonies, but are filled with heartfelt respect. Early in the morning, youth volunteers from Canada gathered to clean and care for over 20 graves of heroes resting in local family plots. Without flags or rent rituals, the quiet race near families moved many young volunteers deeply. Its incense offering was a sincere tribute to those who sacrificed for the nation's independence and freedom. Beyond maintaining provincial war memorials, raised in family care often receive little attention. The Youth Union found this activity meaningful and organized to spread the message that martyrs are always remembered and honored, no matter the time or place. Beyond grave care, young people also visit and encourage relatives of martyrs. Their heartfelt sharing and stories connected generations, touching many descendants who were moved to see today's youth still remember and cherish their ancestors' sacrifice. I see the care shown by the local authorities and youth organizations toward policy beneficiary families as something very precious. It reflects the close bond between the people, especially families with contributions to the revolution and the local government. Honoring martyrs buried at home is a meaningful activity by TayNinhTV youth, reflecting not only responsibility but also a way to nurture patriotism and preserve the nation's valuable tradition of when drinking water, remember a source, and repaying gratitude. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.